Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Stink Podcast. This is the first episode of the Stink Podcast, and we'll be covering free agency on this podcast. I am live on Twitch right now, and also during the day, if you can't catch a video or can't catch a stream and you're on TikTok, make sure like and follow my TikTok account, and that will be in the description down below. And it'll be right here, my handle. So make sure to like and follow on that because I post all the trades, signings, and cuts. So all the important things so you can stay up on your news. So yeah, this podcast is their first episode. We're gonna be doing this a lot for free agency and for the draft. So this should be very exciting. I'm super excited. I love free agency, love draft season. It's like this is the best part of football. So yeah, a lot of things went down past couple days, especially today. A couple minutes ago, we have Geno Smith going to the Las Vegas Raiders for a third round pick. If you guys remember, Pete Carroll is now with the Raiders, and Geno Smith is now a Raider, and that's very surprising. So we're gonna be doing in this episode, we'll be covering Geno Smith. We'll be covering the Las Vegas Raiders. We also be covering some trades that might happen. The two players, Trey Henderson and DK Metcalf, and the other team that we'll be covering is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So this is today's episode, and we should be live for like at least like an hour, close to 50 minutes. And it's just gonna be most of me just talking, and we'll be taking some breaks. So yeah. So I'm excited, and we're gonna kick this off, and we're gonna talk about the Geno Smith trade. So, like I said before, Geno Smith got traded to the Raiders for a third round pick, and yeah, I got some news, okay, on my phone, okay, and reportedly, okay, so the Seahawks, okay, offered for Max Crosby. So this was the trade that was going to happen for Max Crosby. So it was supposed to be Geno Smith and DK Metcalf and some other picks for Max Crosby and some other picks. So that was pretty crazy because the Raiders did extend Max Crosby a couple days ago, but they just got Geno Smith. So that's kind of interesting. So we're actually going to talk about the Geno Smith trade. Let me pop it up on screen here. Let me find it. Here we go. There we go. I'm sharing my screen right now, and this is Geno Smith right here. He's 34 years old. Um, yeah, last season he had a lot of passing yards last season, but he had an okay season with the Seahawks this year. If you look at the passing stats, he's still a good passer. Still throws a lot of touchdowns. So he's a good veteran quarterback, I like to say. And him going to the Raiders should be good. He's going to be with Pete Carroll. I'm not sure if no Geno. Okay, Pete Carroll did coach Geno Smith, so that did happen. But if you look at last season's stats, he did play 17 games. That's a lot of games. Didn't miss a game last season. Um, 4,000 yards passing. That's pretty good. 21 touchdowns, pretty good. But 15 interceptions. That was his high. Like he had the most interceptions as a Seahawk. But his best year was this year right here. The two wait no 2022. This season right here was his best season with the Seahawks. 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 4,000 yards passing. He did have more passing yards this year, but less touchdowns and more interceptions. So 2022, Geno Smith was very good. Um, and then 2023, he was okay. He was bare minimum. So yeah, the Seahawks did not make the playoffs this year, and I think they had like a 10-7 record. If I well, yeah, 10-7 right here. So the Seahawks were 10-7. They're just on the border from getting to the playoffs. So they're not a bad team, but a lot of crazy things have happened. They cut a lot of players recently. Let's see if we can pull this up. let's talk about the Seahawks quick. Um, yeah, they did cut a lot of players. Right now they have Sam Howell as their quarterback. DK Metcalf's on trade talk. They also cut Tyler Lockett and a lot of defensive guys. I think I do have it on my phone. Quick, let me pop it up quickly. I don't think I have it on my phone, but it was four defense players. It was two defensive linemen, um, a safety, and I think um it was someone else. But yeah, it should. Seahawks have been making some cuts, but yeah, trading Geno Smith is pretty crazy. So um, yeah, potentially, what I would think, okay, with the Seahawks, I would they would probably I think they might get Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett just got cut from the Seahawks, and I think they need another wide receiver to go with Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. But yeah, the Raiders are probably going to be looking good this year, and they already made some moves in free agency. Don't forget, free agency starts on Monday. They can agree to terms, but Wednesday of next week they can actually sign the contract. So a lot of stuff will be going down on Monday. So that should be very exciting. Let me pull up the Raiders right here. Yeah, they have it already updated. So you see Geno Smith right here. They're going to cut Gardner Minshew. Um, they reported that, so that makes sense. So he's going to be gone. Raiders do need a running back. If you think there is a lot of running backs in this market. You have Najee Harris, Aaron Jones, um, some other guys, but Gus Edwards just got cut from the Chargers as well. So like there's gonna be some running backs, and you also can draft some running backs as well. Yeah, but I think Tyler Lockett makes sense here. You have Jacoby Myers and then Trey Tucker. Who? Not I don't know, but I think Lockett will go here just to reconnect with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. That makes the most sense. If you look at the offensive line, they did cut Andre James. The reason why he's here because again, like what I said, Monday they're officially cut. So yeah, so they also picked up Alex Kappa from the Bengals. They cut him. The Bengals cut him like a couple days ago. They signed him. So a good veteran guard here. So they're making a lot of moves. So Jackson Power Johnson will be moving to center. Alex Kappa might stay at right guard, and then Dylan Parham might move into left guard and compete with Cody Whitehair for that left guard spot. So if you look at the Raiders, their only offensive weakness is going to be running back, wide receiver, and definitely need a right tackle. But you can always get that in the draft. But we're going to talk about their defense now because there's a lot of Seahawks guys and a lot of Pete Carroll guys are in the market. So maybe it'll be like the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. A lot of Green Bay guys go to the Jets. I think a lot of Seattle guys will go to the Raiders. And if you look at the Raiders, you have Max Crosby that got a massive deal. He didn't just get, let me see here. Where's it at? He did get a lot of money. So his contract's a 3-year, $106 million contract, and 91 million is guaranteed. That's a huge contract for Max Crosby. And if you look at their defensive line, they have Christian Wilkins. He was hurt last season. He should be good. He was a good player with the Dolphins, so he should be good. But the Raiders need to sign Robert Spillane. He is a free agent. He's a former Steeler, and he's been very well. He's been doing very well with the Raiders, and I think they need to sign him back. Nate Hobbs is probably going to leave too, so they need some corner help. If you look at the market for the corners, you have Dante Jackson from the Steelers. I don't think he's going to resign. You have here, let's look quick. It's too much to remember off the top of my head. I should have pulled this up quickly. But you have Carlton Davis, Tre'Davious Ward, DJ Reed, a lot of guys that are going to be free agents. So they're kind of old, kind of young. So there's a little mix, but probably they want to go young. But I think they might get DJ Reed. I think that may be a perfect fit for him. Um, Also, another position is Byron Murphy. I always like Byron Murphy. He did very well with the Vikings this year, but he's probably, I read something today that he's probably not going to be with the Vikings because they're probably going to be paying Sam Darnold. So, yeah, that should be interesting as well. So, Byron Murphy might be a name to watch for the Raiders. Yeah, so this is the Raiders team so far. I mean, they made a lot of moves, cutting Gardner Minshew. They fired the head coach. They fired the offense coordinator. So this is gonna be a new offense for Geno Smith to learn, and it is Chip Kelly as the offensive coordinator for them. And the Raiders, they do have a high draft pick. Let's look at the Raiders um, draft order quick here. So the Raiders have the sixth pick, and that's not too bad with Pete Carroll. What will Pete Carroll do? No clue. But he'll probably go defense. He's a more defensive guy. Um, he had the Legion of Boom back in 2014. So I think he'll be building the defense in the draft and in free agency, kind of signing the offensive players. So yeah, that's basically the Raiders this offseason so far. We'll be probably covering them again soon. But yeah, Geno Smith. Let's talk about the trade now. I think the Raiders won this trade for a third round pick for a veteran quarterback. I understand he is a little bit older, okay, but Geno Smith did do well last year. He had 4,000 passing yards, and I think he'll do better. He just had a new coach with Mike McDonald over in Seattle. So he had to learn a new system with him, how to connect with him. So I don't know. I think Gino might be playing better with the Raiders. And he is 34 years old, so he is a veteran quarterback. But yeah, I think the Raiders won this trade. Seahawks getting a third round pick. I mean, I don't know. You still have DK Metcalf that might get traded. So, and they just cut a lot of players. So the Seahawks, I don't know if they're trying to do like a rebuild. And also Mike McDaniel, he is the new head coach, so he doesn't have his quarterback. So the Seahawks might be going after a quarterback. We have no clue. So we're gonna end off that. Make sure to stay tuned for Monday's episode. I don't know when I'm gonna be going live, but we're gonna be talking about a lot of stuff that's gonna be going down because Monday, as I said in the beginning, if you missed it, Monday is free agency frenzy. Everybody gets cut that's on free agency. They can start agreeing to terms, sign the contracts on Wednesday. So Wednesday is another good day. So we'll probably be streaming a lot. So we'll probably be streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe Thursday. Probably be off on Friday and do another Saturday stream. So it'll be crazy for the next couple weeks. We should be live for all of this. Make sure to follow the TikTok. Of course, I'll be making videos about this. Doing streams on Twitter. So like a lot of things will be going down on Big Stink Jake NFL Talk Show. So should be fun. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this podcast. See you guys next time and catch you guys on Monday.